Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. First Energy Stadium, the place right outside the main gate at Tompkins Plaza. Welcome to the pregame show alongside Jake Starr. My name is Bob McCool, and the man in the middle from the spotlight today is Reading Fightin Phil's bench coach and first base coach Ray Ricker. We'll talk to him as the Phils get set to play the Hartford Yard Goats in Game 6 of this series. Reading trying to salvage a second win in this series right now. Hartford's taken 4 of the first 5. Coach, let's get right into it, because Ray Ricker, on his biography, it says he's from Connecticut. Here we are playing the Hartford Yard Goats. This is kind of enemy territory, but yet friendly territory for you.
No, absolutely. I mean, about 15, 20 minutes away from my house, so went to a couple games early on, so it's definitely surreal being here and, playing, trying to get some wins for us.
So your journey has been an interesting one. You coached up in Connecticut before getting into professional baseball. Talk about that experience coaching collegiately and how it compares to working in the professional ranks.
Yeah, no, I was in college baseball for 12 years. Was in the Cape Cod League, did a lot of different things. Saw what it took to get to professional baseball, so always working with those same kind of age players, so kind of helped guide them, try to get them better, bigger, faster, stronger, and show them what scouts were looking for, and now just trying to help them with their career and get to the big leagues.
Yeah, it's a very interesting journey, I think, going from a Division II college coaching program. You're an assistant coach, you were a head coach at Post University in Connecticut. But how does that connection come? I'm sure there's a lot of college coaches who'd like to make that connection that you were able to make to get into the professional ranks. How did you have to, and what did you have to do to make that connection to get attached to the Phillies organization?
Yeah, so the biggest thing we try to do, so myself, my pitching coach is actually the director of pitching for the Blue Jays, and my hitting coach is running the Florida Complex League for the Orioles. So what we try to do, we try to be, really at the forefront of player development. We were the first to invest in Rapsodo, all kind of different technologies that we try to bring that to the forefront and really try to put ourselves out there as one of the schools that really try to develop guys and have them go on to professional careers. So that was the biggest thing we tried to do, and it worked out. And then, we just started posting stuff on the internet to show our players and give them an avenue and a spotlight. And, some organizations started calling on us, and we interviewed, and, 4 years later, here we are.
So previously you were with Clearwater in the Florida State League. Talk about that experience. What was that like, first of all, coaching in Florida, which I'm sure is probably brutally hot during the summer, being a guy from Connecticut. But how was that experience before you came here to Reading?
Yeah, definitely got hot through the summer. Those day games were pretty brutal in the morning, but it was good. I mean, seeing the guys, their first taste of full season affiliated baseball, and just seeing how it transitions to AA, and how fast the game goes from the complex and keeps going each level. So it's been interesting to see that journey each and every step of the way.
Obviously, your role is kind of twofold, if you will, bench coach, first base coach. What has been that aspect for you? I mean, no offense, coach, but you don't look like a guy that's got great wheels, but yet you've got to be the guy that has to let Johan Rojas and the speed guys know in terms of stealing bases, and that's priority number one in a lot of cases as a first base coach.
Yeah, you want to keep them informed of, the pitcher's moves, what do they have, like what pitches they throw in certain counts. So keeping them informed, and we always tell our guys, you don't have to be the fastest base runner in order to be a good heads-up base runner. So just trying to keep them in the best possible situation they can and keeping them most informed so those guys know when it is the best time to run, because when Johan gets on, he can be a game changer. Yeah,
you look at guys, just thinking about guys in the major leagues, and a guy like JT Realmuto doesn't look like he's a fast guy, but he's a great base runner.
Yep. Yeah, he's the fastest catcher in all of baseball. So, but being a very good base runner, picking your time, when to go, and, half my job is getting these guys to steal bases, and the other half is working with the catchers, make sure that nobody steals bases on us.
Now you look at this group here, obviously not the fastest starts in the world, but it's been a team that's competed every night. You've been in pretty much every game so far this season. What has been your early takeaways from working with this group?
Yeah, very extremely talented group. We've just got to, it's just one little mistake, but we're in the game every single night, giving ourselves the opportunity to win. And this team's not quitting. This team's always fighting to the last out. So the positives to go. The guys are staying positive, motivated. So good things are going to happen.
Here we are sitting in Tompkins Plaza outside, right inside the gate at First Energy Stadium, and I'm sitting here thinking as I'm talking to you, going from Division II baseball to coaching in the Florida State League and the rookie leagues. This is quite an adjustment culture-wise for Ray Ricker to be sitting here amidst the fans here in Baseball Town.
Yeah, if you told me, 7-8 years ago I'd be doing this, I'd just laugh at your face and tell you're a liar. But it's been awesome, and I mean, you pinch yourself every day. Because I remember being one of these little kids coming in with my dad, going and watch AA, in New Britain when it was the Red Sox and the Twins affiliates. So now just being on the other side, you're very fortunate that people are coming and taking their families here and watching you go to work every day. So always never take it for granted.
And I think early returns from Gates opening looks like today could rival opening night for biggest crowd of the season. But what me and Bob are wearing in the hat on your head and jersey you'll wear today is a hot dog hat, Reading Hot Dogs, the Sunday jersey for the Yard Phils. Have you ever worn a jersey as crazy as a hot dog before? And what was your reaction when you saw it for the first time?
This is the first time wearing food on my uniform, so no, it's great. I mean, this is what baseball's about, and it's interesting. So fans love it, so give them something to cheer about.
Get back to a little bit about what Jake was talking about, a little bit about the vibe of this team. Obviously, 1-7 is nowhere near where you want to be, but just being around them every day and watching them in the cage, they haven't seemed to lost, no pun intended, the fight that you're looking for. And I think, obviously, from a coaching perspective, that has to be your first concern, is to make sure that these guys still have the hunger that they want to get out there and play every day.
No, for sure. And, all you can do is control your preparation and how we go about the game and playing hard. So all the results are going to take care of themselves. So, I mean, as long as we stay prepared and come into the ballpark ready to work, we're going to give ourselves a good opportunity at the end of the night to have a good result.
The way this team has been hitting, as successful as it's been in terms of hitting the baseball, just leaving a lot of guys on base. Last night in our pregame show, we were talking about with Tyler Henson about this. You almost get the feeling that this team is this close to just having one of those days where they just explode.
Yeah, it's just, like you said, we're right there every single game. It's just one pitch or one timely mistake that we've got to cut out, and this team knows it, and they're hungry to win and turn around for the fans. And it's, like you said, it's very close, and when it does click, it's going to be watch out for other teams.
Manager Al Padrique, how has it been working under him so far?
Al's the best. I mean, he's a consummate professional. I mean, he's seen it all, done it all, managed at the highest level, been around it. So it's just been an absolute honor and privilege to be around him every single day and picking his brain on what he's thinking. And very calm, very, lets the guys, holds them accountable, but lets them be them. So it's a really good manager.
One last question. We're talking about hot dog uniforms and a unique piece of the puzzle. I watch a unique piece of you while you're out on the field. You've got a white catcher's mitt. You don't go finding that in your local sporting goods store. Where did Ray Ricker come up with the white catcher's mitt?
So I'm some people collect shoes, watches. I am a catching glove aficionado. I've got probably about 40 catcher's gloves. I work with all of our catchers in the Phillies organization, so I've got a different glove for everything. So that's one of my special gloves.
There you go. You got hot dogs in your jersey. You got white catcher's mitts. It's all part of the beauty of being here in Baseball Town. That's where we are. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back here at First Energy Stadium with more of our pregame show as we get set for the Fightin' Phils and the Yard Goats in Game 6 of the 6-game stand.